And hey there, everybody. Welcome to Rusty's Sudoku stream. I am Rusty, and the zinc should be entirely stripped off of the new the metal for the stands or the monitors. I'll see about getting that all set up tonight or sometime tomorrow. Should have a nice stable platform for streaming and for me to move things around so that I get a little bit more comfortable use of the computer. We'll see. In any case, we've got a medium puzzle number 803 from the Sudoku Store, which you can find on BlueSky. If you go to the BlueSky profile for @SudokuStore, there is a link post or a top post that identifies their stores fronts, both Amazon and Etsy, and you can buy hard copy or PDF copies of their various collections, not just the 1,000 puzzles in medium, easy, and hard that I'm using, but they also have several other collections, including mixed combinations and so on. I did promise that I will wait until the middle of, till the bottom of the hour here. So we've got another 7 minutes before I kick this off. But I do believe the puzzle is correct on the screen. So if you want to start grabbing or copying and seeing if you can solve the puzzle yourself, that would be fine. Otherwise, you get about 6 minutes. No, you get about 2 minutes. Wow. Okay, you're supposed to get to 20 seconds from when I validate the puzzle is correct before the puzzle has to be, or before I start solving. So to get ahead then, maybe you can validate that the puzzle is not correct before then. We'll see. 7 minutes is an awful long time for some of the medium puzzles. It's definitely long for the simple puzzles, which I don't use. Mostly because if I'm going to solve puzzles in a stream, probably better to have puzzles that take more than 5 minutes to solve. Now, the next step after I take the holes out of the zinc is to clean them as best I can, and then run them or start treating them to turn them black and maybe glossy, I don't know, but that requires two things. It uses a gun blue solution that I've had to make a special run to a local fleet farm to pick up, mostly because while I'm sure it's at a Cabela's or a number of other places, none of them seem to think that they should tell me they've got it in stock at my local stores or closest store. They were perfectly happy to let me order it, but I'm going, no, I'd like to actually have it in hand when I go to start working on this piece. Otherwise, I've been fighting with a 3D printer to get one of the devices that I'm trying to print up and running, and that is now addressed, but we'll see how that goes. You're looking at my screen. I've got the Aurora display on the ham clock in the background there, and you can see that the moon is at just over half full. There is a image of the sun going through some of its antics and some information as well. Plus down on the left there is a graph or a chart showing, I believe it's ISS and what its path is for visibility and in how long, when it starts, when it ends, and where to be looking for both of those. It looks like it's going to be near the horizon for me, which works fine for communicating with or through it. There is a ham radio repeater or transponder on the ISS. Basically, you transmit in a UHF or VHF frequency, and you get back the through the transponder your what you sent on the other band, and then you follow normal procedures for saying that if you're talking to somebody in the east, you want to let them talk on the first half of the minute and you talk on the second half. If you want to talk to somebody on the West Coast, you talk on the first half, they talk on the second half of the minute, things like that. Since I'm in the middle of the United States, that kind of confuses things. I can be talking in either early or late. Mostly it's going to be in response to whoever is communicating with me. All right, we're down to about 2 minutes, and we will see how this goes. So the other thing that might affect that is, since this is mostly in the horizon and it looks like it's on the south and western horizon, I might be talking more to people on the west coast than on the east. Maybe at the start or the end, whichever it is, down at the very south, I'll hear some people from the other coast that I don't get during the peak of this visibility. Actually, looking at the path, it looks like it's going to be southwestern, and it looks like it's going to become initially visible in the west-northwest, just north of due west, and will stay to the southwest, almost on the horizon, until it comes around to just east of the south, or due south for me, which is fine. And so we're down to 15 or 40 seconds here now, and we'll see how this goes. You get to see my mouse moving around. When I'm moving my cursor, I'm not sure you're seeing things as well. Let me switch to that and see. Okay, you get that blue patch where I'm active, and I am not focusing on where I'm going to be. All right. In 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and it validated, so you get another 20 seconds, or you get 20 seconds if you hadn't started at all. 8 or 12. 5. And now it's my turn. All right. So one of these two is a 1. Here I've got 3 possibilities, 4 possibilities here, 4 possibilities here, 5 here, and 5 here. So on the 2s, I've got a 2 here, here, and here. So this is filled. One of these 3 is a 2. One of these 4 is a 2. I've got 4 possibilities for a 2 there, 5 here, and we've already been through these 2. 3s. We got a 3 here. This is blocked by this 3, so we've got 2 3s we can work with. Over here, this 3 blocks this one, so here we've got 2 3s as well. Up here, we've got 2 possibilities for 3. And let's see, how about here? we're down to these two, or nope, this one. And that means we've got two possibilities for a 3 here. All right, 4s. We've got a 4 here. One of these 3 is going to be a 4. I've got 4 possibilities here, 4 up here. Everything's open in these 6 and these 7. Down here, I've got 7 possibilities. All 5 of these are possible, and 4 here. 5s. Get a 5 here, and this 5 blocks this one, so 2 possible 5s here. Here I've got 3 possible at the moment. We'll see if that changes. Up here, I've got these 3 are possible. Down here, I've got 5 possibilities. Here we've got 2 possibilities. One of these 2 will be a 5. Over here, not a lot of help. 4 or 5 possibilities here. 3 here, and all 7 of these. All right. 6s. We've got a 6 here and here, making this a 6, which means this is a 3. This is blocked down here, so this is a 6. We've got that 6 there. One of these 2 will be a 6. Up here, we've got a 6 going in there, so that's all blocked. This one's, or these are blocked. This one is blocked, so this is a 6, which means this is not a 6, this is a 6. And that means we got 6s everywhere. And this is not a 3 anymore, so that's a 3. All right, 7s. We've got a 7 here and here, making this a 7. With that, I've got 3 possibilities here. We get a 7 here, which means we've really only got 2 possibilities here for a 7. Now over here we've got 2 possibilities, and that means we've got 4 possibilities up here. How about 8s? Well, we know we've got 2 possibilities here, and this one's actually blocked by that, so this is an 8. This blocks this one, so this is an 8. That makes this an 8. So these are blocked. These are blocked. We've got an 8 here or here, so we can mark those. This blocks this one, so that makes this an 8. So that's not. And we get this one being an 8 because this down here is blocking these 2. All right, anything else? Oh, how about over here? We've got an 8 going in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be a 5. So not a 5 here, 5 and 1 here, not a 5 or not a 5 or a 3 here. So this is a 3. That leaves one option here. 1, 2, 3. This one's going to be a 4, and this one will be a 9. All right. Let's see what we can do with the rest of this. So with this one here and this one here, we get a 1 here. That 2 there says, got to be down here. This is a 2. That remains or leaves a 4 in one of these 2. We got a 4 here, so one of these 2 becomes a 4. One of these 2 is going to be a 2, and that leaves a 9 for one of these 2. Let's see over, not a lot there I can do yet. Over here, that 9 says that can't be a 9, so that's a 9. 1, 2, 3, this becomes a 4. So this can't be a 4. One of these 2 gets to be a 4. This is no longer a 3, so that's a 3. That leaves 2 possibilities here. One of these 2 is a 1, and one is a 2. So we end up with 3 possibilities here as well as 3 here. But we still need the other one here. It looks like it's going to be a 5. All right, that can't be a 5. So we got a 1 here, 1 here. One of these two is going to be a 1. And then I've got 4 possibilities here. This one can't be a 1. Neither of these can be a 1, so one of these two is a 1. 2 is going to be one of these two, and over here it's going to be one of these two. That leaves a 9 here. So that means one of these two is going to be a 9. All right, what else have we got here that we can possibly do? Still have 4 possibilities for a 1. 2 or 2. 3 here. So far I've got 3 possibilities for a 4 here. 5 possibilities for a 5. We got a 6 here already. One of these two for a 7. 8 here, and one of these two for a 9. All right, maybe we get something better up here. 1 and 1, 2, 3. 4 goes into one of these 5. Or one of these 4. 5 goes into one of these. Nope. One of this or this one or this one. It's going to be a 5. And over here, one of these two is going to be a 5. 6 is here. We've got 3 possibilities or 4 possibilities for 7. Got an 8 already. And one of these two is going to be a 9. All right. So if one of these two is going to be a 9, that means this is a 7, this is a 9, this is a 2, this is not a 7. All right. That means one of these two is going to be a 1, so this is a 3. This is a, oh, no. This is a 5 and this is a 1. With that being a 5, this becomes a 5, and we clear that. This is a 2. This is a 1. And we end up with a 4, 7 possibility combination. This is not a 2, so the 2 is up here. This becomes a 4. And we end up with this one or this one being a 4. We got a 1, 2, 3, 2 possibilities, 4, 5, 6. Neither of these can be a 7, so that's a 7. That's a 4. That's a 9. This is a 7. How about we make that a 7? 9 here, 7 here, 4 here. Down here, this can no longer be a 2, so this is a 2. This is a 1. So not a 1 there, that's a 1. We've got 4s in both of these columns, so this becomes a 4. And this becomes a 5, a 4 and a 5 here, a 4 and a 5 to solve the puzzle. Hey, 10 minutes and 50 seconds. We add in the 8 minutes that started from when I started the stream, and we've got a decent distance in here. All right, everybody. I want to say thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you had a good time. We will be working on improving my setup tomorrow. You may be seeing me closer up. We'll see. In any case, I hope you had a good day. I hope you have a wonderful day coming up, and we will look forward to talking with you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.